Hey, they're doing the introductions here at Snowflake, and we're working on some issues here. We're trying to get stuff. We're trying to get a scoring book here ready to go for the broadcast, which can be difficult to do when you haven't seen a team this season, and when their Max Prep roster has clearly not been updated in a little while. So that's the Payson Longhorns. But we're gonna work our way through that the best we can. Everybody, welcome in to Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. My name is Floyd Simmons, and on this broadcast, I'm joined by the coach, Andy Wood. Andy Wood is with us, and if you'll pardon me, Andy, for a second. Here, go ahead. Let's see, where are you at? Right here. Lynch? Do we have Lynch? No? How about Sias? Number 30. How about Sias? We're trying to get names here. Dang it. Manuel, got it. Manuel Sias. We're trying to get names, and we're getting help from one of the girls basketball coaches. So we appreciate that. That's awesome. But I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a train wreck, Andy.
Yeah, no worries. No worries
here
at
to
all.
start this game. And I think we're going to get our final name here. Scout. There's a name called Scout Higgins. How do you like that name, Coach?
I like it. It sounds like a professional athlete name, right?
Or Scout Lynch, actually. Scout Lynch, yes. It does sound like that, doesn't it? Hey, the action is underway here in the first quarter of this matchup between the Snowflake Lobos and the Payson Longhorns, and the ball goes underneath to Snowflake's Brock Irvin, and Irvin is going to get fouled for 2 shots as we bring you into Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. And the guy that just now committed the foul for Payson, his first of the game, is Bryson Waterman Eccles. We'll just call him Waterman because that's what the book says.
You know, I sure like Snowflake coming out and working the ball inside there, start inside. What a great pass. Great way to start the game for Snowflake.
Unfortunately for the Lobos, they get an opportunity at the line and are unable to connect on their first free throw tries. They'll get a steal right here and go back to work. Landon Clare has the basketball, and Snowflake will get a shot from the right angle. The three-pointer no good for Aiden Core, but rebounded by Irvin outside the core. They'll move it around a little bit, and eventually it's Asher Brewer working in from the elbow, goes into the paint, and his shot is no good for Snowflake. Coach, you watch these teams, and it's interesting, they seem so keyed up to start the game. It's almost, as a guy watching, observing it, feels like you want them to get over that initial rush of adrenaline and energy and settle in. Because right now, they both teams feel real tentative with their energy, too much energy.
For sure. It's so often that you see a game start where a team goes up 10, 12-0, and then it ends up being things settle down, things settle in, and it becomes a ball game after that. But yeah, those first of the game jitters for high school kids, what an experience for them to be having, and a great crowd, great rivals, and just getting those nerves calmed.
Payson turns the ball over, and Snowflake will go back to work here in a scoreless game here in the first quarter. We're about 1 minute and 40 into the quarter, and here's a shot from 3 for Brock Irvin. He doesn't very often set up out there for that shot, but he gave it a shot that time, and it was no good.
Yeah, those first of the game jitters is definitely with Snowflake. They've got some great shots to start the game. They just need to be patient and stick with the game plan, and things will work out for them.
That pass is going to be broken up, and Merrick Ulberg is at the end for a two-handed dunk in transition for Snowflake, and there's your first points, and that's a great way to get the scoring underway.
Break the lid off the basket for Snowflake, right?
So Merrick Ulberg, number 23, is a Snowflake starter. So is number 12, Asher Brewer. Number 11, Brock Irvin. That guy right there with the steal, number 22, Aiden Court. There's a nice spin up the floor, but not much of a finish for Brock Irvin, and it's going to get knocked out. I thought Brock touched it last. We'll see who has the ball. Maybe Snowflake.
Showing Snowflake.
And the 5th starter for the Lobos is the guy with a 0 on his jersey. That is Landon Clare, who takes the inbound and just about Fired off a shot from the corner there. Now he'll shoot from the angle left side, and that one is no good off the back iron. Got his own rebound. Claire to Irvin. Now outside to Aiden Coor for a three, and that's about the same spot that Claire hit the ball on the back iron. No good. Well, Coach, I have taken to these guys that wear the 0 on their jerseys, I have taken to calling that, I say it like that, it's a 0 on his jersey. I don't say number 0 like I would say number 11 or number 22 because I don't think 0's a number. I don't think it's anything.
Hey, you're talking to a computer teacher here for 26 years. 0 and 1 are the only numbers.
Everything in your life is 0s and 1s,
That's right. It's all 0s and 1s. So.
And there's a nice shot. Landon Hansen connecting right there for Payson for their first points of the game. And we go back to it. That was Ulberg earlier for Snowflake with their first points. Snowflake unable to get points on this trip. And as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter, Coach, I got to believe there's going to be a lot more scoring than the first 4 minutes have produced so far in this game.
Sure, I was just thinking about that. I think Payson's really only taken about 2 shots. Snowflake's playing great defense. They're getting the ball, and they've probably taken about 10, 12 shots to start the game, and right now they're 1-4. So they'll settle down, hopefully, and then we'll have a little bit higher scoring game.
Inbound on the way for the Payson Longhorns. I'll check the 5 on the floor for Payson right now. They include number 22, Omar Fierro Nava. And here's a little jump shot from the baseline. Number 3, Caden Sanchez is out there for the Longhorns, who are going to give the ball up on a personal foul. The second foul, I think, of the game on Bryson Waterman Eccles, number 25. And we're going to call Bryson, we're just going to call him Waterman because that's what the book says. I don't know if the coach just didn't want to write the whole thing or what. He didn't give me first names, and that led to some trouble. As we got our book set. Here's Waterman trying to come out and play some defense. Now the ball outside for Claire and a 3-point shot. And that one is no good for Snowflake. Rebound, Payson, number 35. Alden Parsons is in their lineup. Big fella trying to set a screen right now for Nava. He'll go baseline. He got busted up a little bit on that shot by Aiden Coor. Didn't get a call out of it. And then eventually a Snowflake foul is whistled.
Yeah, Asher Brewer got called on that block there. And so we're going to send Payson to the line for 2 free throws.
Payson about to make a sub. Waterman goes out of the game with his 2 personal fouls, and a guy with 2 0s on his jersey. The double aught. Dane White is into the lineup for Payson. Jump shot, Nava, and it's good from the left side on the inbound. And Omar's got his first points of the game for the Payson Longhorns.
Looks like Payson's in his zone. Got a lot of length up front on that zone.
That might be an adjustment, Coach. I think, Snowflake has been apt to shoot the 3s early on, and at some point those are going to start hitting.
Well,
Longhorns in the corner, and Parsons will get the ball, but Merrick Ulberg slaps his pass down, and Merrick is going to beat everybody back. I thought we might see a second Merrick Ulberg dunk early, but he lays that one nicely off the glass. Merrick has upped his game lately.
He's played really good the last couple of games. I think he's finally starting to settle in. Just kind of stay in his rhythm. He's a rhythm player, and he's got to, find that rhythm, and I think he has the last couple games.
2 nights ago at Cholo, Snowflake got the road victory over the Cougars, and Merrick Ulberg was our Sports Zone Player of the Game on that night. Dana White. Dana White's a different guy. Dana White.
Yeah.
I think he's the UFC guy, isn't he?
Yep.
Dane White is the guy that just committed his first foul of the game.
Brock Irvin just hit the first free throw of the 2 free throws that he's got right here. Maybe that'll get him to settle in a little bit.
He misses the second rebound, Parsons, and Cody Flake, the football player, almost came into the game without being, as they say, beckoned. You have to be beckoned by the official before you can enter the game. And after the free throw, I'm not sure why they did not realize he was there to go in the game. Did he not?
Well, he missed the free throw, and so there wasn't a dead ball after the free throw.
Yeah. So Coach didn't send him over early enough before the first free throw, in other words.
Well, no, but they missed. Yeah.
2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Let's grab a timeout, everybody. Snowflake in front 5-4 in this game here at Snowflake High School. Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Well, you saw the action right there. Payson, a turnover. Coach, is that their second shot clock violation?
Yeah, I believe so for the game. We got somebody lost their shoe in the middle of that shot clock violation.
Got a few issues Payson dealing with early. There's a rhythm issue that both teams are facing right now. Nobody's really gotten into it yet with 1:39 remaining. Very low scoring here. Now we got a shoe issue, the back of the shoe right there.
You know, I played a lot of basketball, Floyd, throughout my life, and I've never lost a shoe in a game.
Never.
You know?
Not one time, yeah.
Maybe it's because I move slowly.
Well, and he's still got a problem. Look, the back of the shoe is still tucked in. He can't get that thing out. He can't make it work right. He's trying to fix it right now. I have that problem when I don't untie my shoes and I try to slip into them.
Yeah.
Listen, we all need to just go to Velcro. I mean, it's a Velcro world, Coach.
It sounds like the 70s.
And we all need to go to Velcro. Speaking of the 70s, I'm going to take umbrage for just a moment with the Payson Longhorn uniforms, with those shorts straight out of the.
They got some John Stockton to them, don't they?
Straight out of the old ABA right there.
They're coming back, I tell you. Just as I was finishing coaching my career, the shorts started getting shorter.
Yeah, did they? Snowflake hasn't gotten that memo yet. Here's a jump shot that rims out for the Lobos. Well, with those shorts, those little tighties there that the Payson Longhorns are wearing tonight, the only thing we're missing to complete this game tonight is one of those red, white, and blue basketballs.
There you go.
Okay.
The old Harlem Globetrotter ball.
Yeah. If we get one of those into the game, now we know we have stepped into a time warp of some kind.
You know, John Stockton would think these were baggy.
Yeah. John Stockton, boy, I love watching videos on John Stockton.
Yeah, phenomenal player, phenomenal IQ.
No question. And you always get to hear when they do videos on John Stockton, you hear about how he would pull up to the arena in the family minivan every time. That's how he rolled. Hey, there's Peyton Stewart with a shot off the glass for the Payson Longhorns. They have taken the lead here with 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Payson 6, Snowflake 5, and Landon Clare loses that one out of bounds. Well, Landon's not used to hanging out down there under the basket like that.
No, but that was a great pass. That was a great set that they ran right there. He just happened to mishandle that ball. But hopefully, they just got to stick with that and realize those things are going to come, and the ball will eventually find its way in the basket.
15 seconds remaining in the quarter. White has it. And now to Parsons. Two seconds and some contact in the paint. Snowflake will commit a foul. And it says 0.6, but they might put a little more time on the clock. Let's see if they do it. Payson is asking for more time. It is Olberg's first foul of the game. They're just going to play it out like that with 0.6 seconds. You can catch it and tip it, right? Caught in the corner, throw it up right there. The shot no good, and that's how the quarter ends. Very tentative, very tentative. Two heavyweight boxers kind of jabbing a little bit. Nobody's thrown a haymaker yet. We'll see. 6-5, Payson in front. This is Northland Basketball presented right here at the Sports Zone.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
Well, we're back in, and the second quarter about to get underway here at Snowflake High School Lobo Gymnasium. Hey, Andy Wood, are they ever going to name this gym in honor of any particular person?
I
you know what happens out there,
yeah,
right?
Eventually.
You got the Nash Center up there in Monument Valley. You've got Paul Morrow Stadium at Blue Ridge High School, the football arena.
I tell people they named the floor after me. The wood floor.
The wood floor, yeah. I get you. Yeah. Well, I thought it was named after your son.
No, you know what? I think that it's a great I don't know. It's a great thing to have somebody like Nash Floor or whatever. You know, the people, but. I guess I'm just old school. I think it's all about team and all about not an individual.
You don't want to see a Tony Munoz Gymnasium.
You know,
Buttonholzer Courts.
I tell you, they're great. They're great to the community. They've been amazing, and I understand those things. And like I said, what an honor that would be. But I'm just so much about not an individual. You know, I think Coach Budenholzer's the same way.
Yeah,
you know, he's the ultimate team guy, and
he refused for them to name the floor in his personal honor. It was a family thing. He insisted it's got to be a family thing, and so it's Budenholzer Courts because Mike considers his dad Coach Budenholzer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's like an old person's name, right?
Right. Here's a turnaround, no good out there for Parsons, or Hansen rather, Landon Hansen on the shot attempt.
And both teams continue to struggle to get the ball in the basket. It's a physical game, you know, defense, but somebody's going to break a lid off here pretty soon, right?
Well, one would think. It's been a very slow-paced first quarter here. We're first half, tied at 6, a minute into the second quarter. Inbound to Dane White, missed the shot there, and Gian Jones, who has come in for Coach Joe Clare and Snowflake, he'll bring it up into front court. The wraparound pass to Cody Flake, and Aiden Kerr with a nice job on the drive and the assist.
That was a great vision for Aiden, getting it to the big guy down low, waiting for it. Fed it to him nicely into his hands.
Payson takes back over the basketball. Caden Sanchez over there, and he gets the ball to Peyton Stewart. Back to Sanchez. To the cutter, that's Nava in the paint, and the shot is no good off the back iron, tipped around, and Brock Irvin has it for Snowflake. Up the floor it goes. That one's going to bounce around, and it's out of bounds to Payson. So with 6:10 on the clock here in the second quarter, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report at the break. We get to the action with Payson in possession. Payson has spent one of their timeouts already in the game. Nava being closely guarded by Christian Smith. The ball knocked loose. Hey, Cody Flake out there making his presence felt, knocking it away.
That's hard for him not to make a presence, isn't it?
That's it's kind of true. It doesn't matter. If he's in town, you feel his presence. And look at him go right there.
Cody Flake's got 4 of their points already.
Yeah.
That's a big step for Snowflake right now.
Back-to-back possessions, or back-to-back baskets scored for Snowflake are by Cody Flake right there. And he got a little bit, he showed his frustration there, and he made some space under there, didn't he?
He loves physical contact, doesn't he?
Well, he's going to play D1 college football, so I guess the answer is yes.
Yeah. I think those D1 college football coaches like to see a kid out on the basketball court, make their get their footwork better, and
especially offensive linemen, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Gian Jones right there with a nice little baseline jumper for Snowflake, and they have now scored 7 straight points.
Payson trying to get a little bit of transition there. Their big guy just didn't turn around to see the ball.
Asher Brewer comes back into the game. That's Cody Flake.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, get off of me. Irvin to Brewer. And the reverse is no good. Christian Smith, Skyen get the rebound for Snowflake. And then a hand check called on the Longhorns. The guy there was Wyatt Burdett. Wyatt Burdett has checked in number 10, and he picks up the personal foul.
The last few possessions for Snowflake, they've stopped settling for that outside shot, and they started dribble penetrating and looking for that dish to the big guys. Love it when those guards get the ball to the middle of the court. What do they call that? They call it cooking nowadays, right?
I don't know. Is that?
I don't know. That's a James Harden thing, I think.
I'm a little bit. You're teaching me something right there. Cooking.
Yeah.
That jump shot is going to get blocked, tipped out of bounds. Coors shot goes out, and Payson will have the basketball. The Longhorns have yet to score here in the second quarter.
Yeah, we always called the inside of the key right there below the free throw line the kitchen. We wanted
you like that. You want guys going in there.
We do. Absolutely. You get a guard that's got good court vision and a decent 15-foot jump shot. The kitchen is where things get. That's where things happen,
There's a steal right there trying to get the ball into the kitchen, and it's taken away by Brock Irvin back outside to Landon Clare. Clare with the spin and the drive and the shot, and he's got the foul. And I think he just called for the offensive foul, the player control foul. So, boy, that whole thing has changed, hasn't it? The player control foul, the offensive. We don't call it a charge really anymore, but that's essentially what it is. And it's completely changed in basketball since you were coaching.
Sure. Yeah. I know they've emphasized it. They're trying to give the defense a chance to just get in front of somebody.
You can be moving.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's a counter to the bully ball that we were taking on as an identity of.
Are you telling me you like it?
I do. There's baseball. We want to see people hit home runs, right? So we try to tweak the sport so that there's more home runs, or in basketball, we love to see made baskets, but strong defensive effort doesn't get the credit, and it's not glorified in the game of basketball like I think it should be.
Well, the thing they've had to do with that, though, to help balance it is they've had to implement the flop rule.
Sure.
Because you're going to get that, too.
You mean the LeBron rule?
The LeBron rule, I have no issue with you calling it. No issue at all. Except that what LeBron does is he makes like he just got a massive injury in the process as well.
Sure.
He doesn't just go down.
But LeBron really is the one that created bully ball in my mind. He's that physical specimen that can just run anybody over.
Yeah, he's a unicorn kind of player.
Absolutely. And as a coach, I always wanted kids to play more physical like that. But I never had somebody with LeBron's physique come through the program.
Snowflake going to work in the paint. in the kitchen, and the shot is up on a pass from the kitchen to the...
That's right. I thought Merrick did a great job finding Asher Brewer there. Once you get in that kitchen, the defense has got to collapse on you.
See, in basketball, you want guys to go in the kitchen. If it's pickleball, you got to stay out of the kitchen.
We're talking about real sports here, Floyd.
I agree with that. I like pickleball, but in no way, shape, or form do I call that a real sport. There's a Payson foul. The guy that commits it is Omar Fierro Nava. And the people that take pickleball real seriously right now, that are super upset that we said that.
Yeah,
I said,
we're going to be in trouble for that.
That's why it's not a real sport. Because you cannot take a wiffle ball and go out there and play something where you get mad, angry, and upset and call that a real sport.
I got to say that's one thing for pickleball is it is something that all genres of the human race can enjoy, right?
Oh, yes. And you can literally, hey, there's the coach, Andy Wood, right next to me. You can play, when you're playing pickleball, you can be an outstanding 28-year-old athlete and lose in an ugly way, lose in an embarrassing way to a 65-year-old woman.
For sure.
In pickleball.
It
is possible.
It's kind of the, I guess, the new version of racquetball, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Racquetball, I used to lose all the time to old guys because they just knew how to put the ball where you weren't.
They knew the angles. See, I played tennis growing up.
Me
Coach.
too.
I played a lot of tennis, and you cannot be a good racquetball player, I'm convinced, if you are a good tennis player.
Well, racquetball's all wrist. Tennis, you got to keep that wrist stiff.
There's that. There's also just the geometry.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're playing tennis, you don't got back walls, to deal with. So we get this whistle on Dane White. White going to pick up his second foul of the game. Snowflake to go to the foul line with the Lobos in front, 16-6. 16-6 they lead right now. Here with 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this broadcast of Northland Basketball. The guy at the line is Landon Clare. And Clare able to make the first foul shot, his first point of the game. Well, Snowflake has just utterly dominated the second quarter. We played 6 minutes of basketball in the quarter. Payson has been shut out. Snowflake has outscored them in the period, 12-0. Now 13-0 on the Landon Clare free throw make right there. Up the floor goes. Can Payson get their first points? They got 2-on-1, and they get their first second quarter points from Alden Parsons. And we'll see if that helps turn it around a little bit for the Longhorns in the paint, and the nice little lean-in is good for Asher Brewer.
Thought Aiden did a great job of looking off that defender to the outside, pulled him out, which opened up Asher Brewer there on the low block.
Payson breaks the press. Three-point try, no good out there. That was missed by Burdett, and then it's knocked out of bounds, but there's a whistle. And it looks like that goes against Merrick Ulberg. Ulberg's got, I think, 3 fouls now in the game already. So I wonder if Coach gets it. Yeah, they're letting him know, and he gave that whole eye roll, frustration. He just kind of can't believe it, doesn't want to believe it. At the free throw line is Landon Hansen. Hansen for Payson misses the first shot.
Yeah, Payson's got some length out there. I'm not sure what year they are in school, but they got some pretty good size. It's maybe some kids that could develop into some good players.
A couple of foul shots missed. Clare will dish left side and off the glass. That is good, sound, fundamental basketball by Brock Irvin, isn't it?
That is nice hit the glass there. Again, Landon got to the kitchen with the ball. It made the defense collapse and hit Brock for a wide open jumper.
Under a minute remaining in the second quarter. Lob to White, and he's going to get it back to the guy. That was an unorthodox give and go. Alden Parsons ends up with the basket. I'm not sure they drew it up like that, but it worked to perfection for Payson to get points on the board. And they're going to get a steal right here and see if they can add some more. 2-on-2 on the break, and Gian Jones will commit a hard foul on Omar Fierro Nava. So they say that was before he put the ball up to shoot it. Got the halftime report coming up. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report here in a half a minute. Inbound. Payson now from the corner right side. That is no good for Parsons. Here's Jones. Up the floor. Wrap it around. And Brewers passes. Knocked out. Payson will knock that one out. Final seconds of this first half. So, Coach, I'm going to ask you. You brought LeBron James up earlier. In the second half, I'm going to pick your brain about all-time greats in the NBA because, there's that ongoing debate about who's the best.
There's no debate in my world.
And there's the LeBron people and there's everybody else on the planet. Here's Payson with it. 6 seconds on the clock. Nava. And that one is going to be no good in the paint. Time expires. The last shot there for Landon Hansen would not go in for the Horns. And we come to the end of the first half. Snowflake really turned it on and outscored Payson 17-4 in the second quarter. Payson did not get points until there were 2 minutes left in the quarter. And we go to halftime. Snowflake 22, Payson 10. This is Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a 2-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Hey, have you heard the rumor that the free Lifeline phone program has ended?
I got some great news. It's not true. Cellular One is still providing free phones and unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Wow, free unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Want to see if you qualify? Just visit your local Cellular One store today. You can walk out with a brand new smartphone and enjoy the biggest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Cellular One, keeping you connected for over 30 years, and we're here to stay.
How would you like to be sitting on a beach under the palm trees with your feet in the warm sand and sitting next to the one you love? It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Valentine's Special, and you could win a Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 plus $1,000 cash. Right now, with your insured windshield replacement, everyone can take that special person in their life out for 2 dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse.
Wow!
Then take them to the movies with 2 free theater tickets. And everyone's name, including insurance and cash jobs, will go in the hat for a chance to win a 5-night Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 and $1,000 spending cash. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, and a cruise for 2 with $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
So you got a ginger right there, do you?
I do.
All right. Coach Andy Wood right here with me, Floyd Simmons, on this broadcast of Northland Basketball. It is...
There's
Is that Ezra Baum?
That's Ezra Baum right there.
With the fat suit?
With the cute little outfit on.
We're watching a little halftime stuff here. They're shooting halftime shots at Snowflake High School. It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Snowflake 22, Payson 10. Payson has struggled to generate offense in this game. And I guess you would have to credit Snowflake's tenacious defense.
Absolutely. You know, Snowflake's coming out. They're not letting anybody have any space at all. They're playing physical defense. The refs are allowing the physical defense to take Payson out of their game, and they're definitely not getting anything easy.
That's Coach Andy Wood, the former Snowflake head coach and state championship head coach here at Snowflake High School. Coach, by the way, before I break down the numbers here, you mentioned Ryson Stewart, a guy that was a guard for you when you coached here. Did you see Ryson at the U of A basketball game?
Yeah, you know, he's $10,000 richer right now, so he's probably got some new friends.
He hit a shot from half court to win $10,000. Is that crazy?
That's awesome. I think he made. He had to make the free throw, the 3-point shot, and the half court shot.
Yeah,
to win it.
All three.
And did it.
I saw the 3-point shot on the video I saw, so maybe it cut off the free throw. But then the half-court shot, and it was perfect. I mean, It was a perfect swish.
Yeah.
That's
Ryson was the ultimate teammate. Very, very positive. Didn't expect to be any kind of superstar, but was willing to do whatever he was asked. He was a fun kid to coach, and you know what? He was our starting point guard in 2020 when we went to the state championship game. And was runner-up that year.
Great memories, Coach.
Yeah,
great memories, sure. and great guy there. Congratulations to Ryson on the $10,000. Halftime score here, 22-10. Snowflake over Payson. Snowflake has led in scoring. Nobody's really lit it up out there, but Merrick Goldberg opened the scoring with a two-handed dunk, and he's got 5 points to lead Snowflake scoring in the first half. You got a trio of Lobos with 4 points. Gian Jones has 4, Asher Brewer has 4, and Cody Flake has 4 points. Brock Irvin with 3 points in the game, and Landon Clare has 2 points for Snowflake. The Payson Longhorns are led by Alden Parsons. He's got 4 points, and then 3 Longhorns have 2 points apiece. Peyton Stewart and Landon Hansen have 2 points, and so does Omar Fierro Nava. He's got 2 points for Payson as they try to figure out how to get some offense. They'll have to do that here coming up in the second half. We'll see if Snowflake's defense can continue their stifling ways as they did in the first half. And that's all on the way next, everybody. We'll take a timeout here as we conclude the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Score again, 22-10. Snowflake's boys in front of Payson. We'll be back with the second half right after this. Stand by.
How would you like to be sitting on a beach under the palm trees with your feet in the warm sand and sitting next to the one you love? It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Valentine's Special, and you could win a Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 plus $1,000 cash. Right now, with your insured windshield replacement, everyone can take that special person in their life out for 2 dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse.
Wow!
Then take them to the movies with 2 free theater tickets. And everyone's name, including insurance and cash jobs, will go in the hat for a chance to win a 5-night Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 and $1,000 spending cash. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, and a cruise for 2 with $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back to you. Woohoo!
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook, or call 928-524-6854.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
I just now had to tee up one of the officials, because that's what radio guys can do. We have the ultimate technical foul. I almost called it on Quinn Ashton, the Mr. Clean of officials here in this part. There's Quinn right there. He came over and he acted like he was going to beat on the microphone right there. And
that would be a technical foul, literally.
Teed him up. Yeah, technical difficulties as he fouled up our equipment. No, good guy right there, good guy. And we got a good crew tonight. Quinn Ashton out there. Paul Hancock, one of the officials as well, and the other official here in this one is Leroy Thomas.
I remember when this crew was a lot younger than they are.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Quinn went with the shaved head because,
I don't remember him with hair.
The age situation, If you don't remember with hair, maybe if he grew it back, he'd be shocked at the color that it is these days. Let's get back to the action. Let's keep rolling here. And Snowflake with the possession here as the second half begins on this broadcast of Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. My name is Floyd Simmons, along with Coach Andy Wood here on the broadcast. Snowflake's shot will go up, and Payson will have control of it. Snowflake comes into the game ranked number 12 in the state, and the Longhorns
number 16 in the state.
Yeah, number 16. So two teams inside the playoff bubble.
Yeah, not a lot of separation. Payson's somebody we don't see very much anymore because they're not in our region this year.
Snowflake's overall record is 11-8, and Payson is at 8-12, 8-12 on the season. But again, the playoffs are well within reach for both of these clubs. Payson goes to work, and a drop pass is taken away by Merrick Ulberg. Oh, he protected it well, taking it up for the shot, but the shot was a little too weak on the end of it. So Payson back in business with the basketball. Hansen with the shot. Oh, he was being molested out there, but he got the shot up, and the shot
got
good.
away with a little foul there, but
yeah,
the shot went in.
So the shot good for the Longhorns, and they're down by 10. Look at the backdoor cut. Great vision by Claire.
That's a great pass by Landon. Way to keep his head up and seeing those cuts.
Brock Irvin has 5 points in the game with that make right there, and Snowflake has doubled the score here, 24-12. Second half of this matchup underway. The Longhorns with a basketball deep on the right angle. And they're going to try to force a pass down low. That's going to be off Hansen's hands. Out of bounds. And a sub in for the Longhorns. Exiting the game is Caden Sanchez. And coming in for Payson is Wyatt Burdett. Burdett joins Landon Hansen in the lineup. Also Bryson Waterman-Eccles, number 25, is out there. Omar Fierro-Nava, number 2 on the floor for the Longhorns, as Snowflake gets it to Asher Brewer for the shot underneath, and it's good.
Payson's running a 3-2 zone, which I think is an effective zone for a team that you're playing against that makes a lot of outside shots. And Snowflake's taking advantage of that and really kind of breaking it down in the middle.
There's a shot by number 35. That's Alden Parsons here for Payson in their lineup. He gets that shot to go. Snowflake a couple of chances here. Core will go baseline and have to give it up. And it's out of bounds off of Snowflake. The Lobos are going to work Gian Jones into the lineup. Number 5 comes in. He replaces number 23, Merrick Ulberg. Other Lobos out there here in this third quarter include number 22, Aiden Kerr. Number 11, Brock Irvin. Number 12, Asher Brewer. And the 5th is the guy with the 0 on his jersey. That is Landon Clare. At the top of the key, it's Hansen with the basketball. He gives it up. Nava will try, and he'll throw one up from the baseline. The shot is good, count that, and there's a Snowflake foul to go along with it as well. Brock Irvin on the foul.
Yeah, Payson got some dribble penetration there and got into interior of the Snowflake defense, able to capitalize on it.
Coach, do you have any idea how many times you were whistled for a technical foul from the bench?
Not very many times.
No?
No.
Not too many.
I think probably in my last 10 years of coaching, maybe 2 for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. So I'm going to ask you a question. I don't want you to give away any specific names, but was it the same official? Was there anybody that might have had it in for you?
Well, maybe some names I can't mention on
Okay.
public radio.
Don't mention. You don't have to mention.
One of my T's, I'll tell you, was Dan.
Oh, yeah. Dan Waring, yeah.
Yeah, Dan Waring. He was pretty proud that he was one that gave me one of my last tees. But the reason for it was time was running down. We needed to foul.
Yeah.
Snowflake crowd was screaming super loud. And so I couldn't get my guys' attention to commit a foul. So I walked out to half court during a live ball, put my arm aroround Dan and said, hey, I need a technical so that we could get the clock stopped.
Gotcha.
So Dan was really happy to say that he got to tee up Coach Wood.
One of your technical fouls was intentional? I don't know.
Intentional,
what do you say?
for sure.
And not malicious? And
yeah.
You didn't say any mean old thing?
No.
26-17, Snowflake by 9. They grab a timeout. We'll take one as well. This is Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Out of Snowflake's timeout, the Lobos get that jump shot from Gian Jones, and now they're going to go running with it here. They got the 3-on-2, and Landon Clare gets fouled. 2 shots on the way for Landon, courtesy of a foul committed by Nava. That's his second foul of the game. So 2 foul shots for Landon Clare coming up. Well, Coach, did you have any Andy Wood-isms when you coached? In other words, what I'm saying by that is there anything about the statistical or analytical side of the game where you said, we need to be doing X, Y, Z. We need to shoot this many foul shots, or we need to, this many turnovers will generally result in a win, or any of that kind of stuff?
For sure. I don't know if I'd call them Andyisms because I just learned them from somebody that knew a lot more about the sport than I did. But in high school basketball and in the NCAA, that we always kind of said if we can keep our opponent under 60 and score more than 60, then our chances of winning. I mean, you know what I mean? Like if after a game was over, if we gave up 70 points, I knew we needed to work on defense the next day of practice, right? Okay. If we didn't score 60 points, then we were going to work on some offense and figure out what needed to be fixed there. Obviously, if we keep somebody under 60 and we score more than 60, we're going to win. But those were just kind of judges as to what we needed in that game and where we were at.
Payson a moment ago, by the way, Landon Hansen with the little shot inside. Now they're going to get a chance here with Waterman. He's going to lean in and come up just a little bit short. Tips around. Hansen with the Payson rebound. 3:04 on the clock in the third quarter. Snowflake 30, Payson 19. The Talk about keeping people under 60. There's no way Payson's getting to 60 in this game. Snowflake's defense has been stellar.
For sure. The Payson, just like I said, they've got some length out there, and they're just struggling to create some offense.
So let me ask your opinion then, as I try to figure out how you feel about rules changes. How do you like the way they handle the foul situation, the bonus by quarter? You know, the no more 1-and-1. There's no such thing as 1-and-1 anymore. How do you like that?
1-and-1 was a huge part of the original game of basketball.
Right.
You know, and I'm a strong proponent of keeping the game and the integrity of the game high. And so, these changes get made for, time consumption or, again, back to entertainment value. And I just think that the 1-and-1 was a huge part of the game and a strategic thing that was great shot fake by Asher Brewer there to finish underneath on a great pass from Landon Clary.
Well, it's been my impression that the whole reason why they made that change was to save time, make games go quicker. And I don't know if the trade-off is totally worth it. I'm adjusted now, and I don't have a problem. But, you miss some of the things that represent maybe the purity of the game for you, because it was the 1-and-1 existed as long as I did.
Yeah, like I said, I think the rules committees or whoever, they really need to be careful as to how they maintain, again, like I said, the integrity of the game. People in charge think they have to justify being in charge, make changes.
Well, yeah. When you got the job, if you don't come up with something, what are you doing?
Yeah, something like that.
Travel on Christian Smith right there. Snowflake gives it up. They've got a 12-point lead, and we're going to get a sub in the game. We're going to have to take a timeout right here on that, okay? So stand by, everybody. Back. Watch the little screen. Watch the action. We'll return in a moment. Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Hey, Lifeline phone users, important news flash. If you don't use your phone regularly, it could get deactivated. Remember, use it, don't lose it. Call, text, or go online weekly to keep your free benefit active. Cellular One is here to keep you connected with our free Lifeline phone program, offering unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data. Stay connected with the largest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Visit your nearest Cellular One store or mycellular1.com for details.
Again, back in here to the final minute and 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and Payson got an Aiden Corfell a moment ago inbound, and then unable to make the shot from the corner right there. Snowflake 32, Payson 20. The advantage right now for the Lobos. Each team with 4 timeouts remaining, and an inbound pass coming up for the Longhorns. They get a restart on the shot clock, but they throw it right to Brock Irvin. Irvin to steal, and then his long outlet pass is stolen back by Wyatt Burdett of the Longhorns. Peyton Stewart at the top. Now to Burdett, and he's going to try to test Christian Smith's defense. We go under a minute remaining in the corner, and there's a nice baseline move and a shot for Dane White. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. 10-point difference. Aiden Kaur for 3. And a steal. Merrick Ulberg, not able to make that one. 25 seconds left in the quarter. No shot clock. Snowflake, 3. Ulberg misses. Tipped out by Snowflake.
It's nice to see Aiden make that shot. He's been struggling from the three-point line. Hopefully that'll give him some confidence and get his shot where it needs to be.
The Longhorns work it up. That is Parsons with a shot. It's no good there. Irvin for Snowflake, rebound, and good ball movement to get it to Christian Smith, who beat the defense back, and a very easy basket off the feed from Aiden Court. And there's your final second ticking off the clock here in the third quarter. Snowflake in front by 15. Sports Zone Nation, it's 37-22. The Lobos in front of the Longhorns. The fourth quarter on the way. Stand by. Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
Hey, let's get the fourth quarter underway. Northland Basketball fans. Floyd Simmons here along with Coach Andy Wood on the play-by-play call from Lobo Gymnasium. And the inbound comes in for the Payson Longhorns. Snowflake in front, 37-22. And the Horns go to work and try to see if they can knock that lead down a bit. And that's a lost ball. Dana White lost it. Landon Clare will finish. Doesn't get the basket, but he did get smashed on the way down. I think that's going to be Nava with his third foul of the game. Omar Fierro Nava.
You know, I don't know how much you've talked about it on the air, Floyd, but this year for the 3A, they've got that copper division, or the open division for the 3A, 2A, and 1A schools. And, you know, looking at that, it's going to take the top 4 teams from 3A, 2A out of the regular state tournament, which opens the door for a lot of schools, I think, that have struggled in the past years to get to those final 4 games.
Yes, okay, and so it's all going to depend on how many teams make it out of the first 2 rounds of that copper tournament, right? Because you get to go back to your division tournament if you lose one of your first 2 games in the copper.
Correct, so that will only keep 4 teams not going back to a regular tournament.
Yeah. And so, somebody who's maybe, I mean, you know, you might be right now a 4 through 10 kind of ranked team and have a really good chance at a state championship. And so for them, you know, good thing, good deal. But there's also going to be, in all likelihood, 2 or 3 better teams that end up not getting a chance to win a championship because they don't win either one of those tournaments.
Yeah,
and that seems a little.
As I look at it, as I look at that, the rankings, you know, you're talking the Yuma Catholics, the Valley Christian. Who's the other one that's up top there in the 3A? But those 3 teams, they're going to be chasing that Copper State tournament. And which, again, opens that door at what I think for that 3 or that 4, 5, 6 or 5, 6, 7 spot that gives them a legitimate chance in the tournament.
So you like it?
I don't know if I like it.
You can explain it.
Sure.
Okay. You can give some pros and cons maybe.
I can tell you there's been lots of years I was coaching that I wouldn't have minded at all to not have a Gilbert Christian or to not have
that's true.
Valley Christian in that tournament.
The 2A always has a dominant team, don't they? At least one.
For sure.
Okay, year in and year out. I don't know if this is the same. The same can be said this year, but year in, year out, there is a great 2A team that it can be so dominant, and they win the championship by a lot. And that team theoretically would go deep in this tournament. The Copper, as you watch Great job inside by Dane White. Dane doing a good job here down the stretch for the Longhorns, trying to keep pace here with Snowflake. 39-27, Snowflake in front of Payson right now in the corner. Christian Smith, and he'll lose the handle, and there's Dane White making another play for the Longhorns. And Payson will push it up the left side. So, my point being this, that you could get like the best 3A team playing the best 2A team in the semis or finals, but both of them are out of their own division state championship tournament, and one of them certainly can't win the championship then. Correct. Because only one can win the Copper tournament. So that would end up being a big heartbreak, wouldn't it? Let's say you're a dominant 2A team and you make it to the semis. And then a team that you beat by 30 points in the regular season ends up winning the championship.
Sure.
And
that's very possible the case this year in 2A. With Phoenix Country Day, they're dominating in the 2A.
Yeah, I figured. Figured somebody would be.
Yeah, they're dominating the 2A. I mean, they're 12-1. The next record in the 2A is Santan Charter at 9-4, right? And so Phoenix Country Day is going to dominate there, and the likelihood that they're good enough to beat the Valley Christian, Gilbert Christian, Yuma Catholic, is
there.
Yeah, and so that's going to be a struggle for them to be like, wait a second, we didn't really have a legitimate chance to be a state champion because we got moved to that Copper division.
Shot right there for Asher Brewer of Snowflake, and he is the first guy in the entire game to go into double figures. He's got 10 points. Now Gian Jones on a great pass.
That was a great feed by Merrick Olberg. Led him just nicely in stride and finished at the hole.
You like to see the Lobo team running like that, don't you? That's your...
Just a few minutes ago, the Lobos had a great transition from one end of the court to the other where the ball never touched the ground. That, to me, is real basketball.
Real basketball is try not to dribble.
Oh.
Is dribbling like what some of these football coaches say when they, some of these guys that don't like to throw the forward pass, they only want to run. They say they don't want to pass it because 3 things can happen and 2 of them are bad.
That sounds like Ron Tinney.
Yeah, it does. Is that how you feel about dribbling?
You know what, Floyd? I went to a lot of Nike-sponsored coaches clinics where I listened to NBA coaches, Division I basketball coaches, Bobby Knight, Fruth from Gonzaga. I've been to so many of those and listened to so many of those coaches. And most of them, again, the game has changed today, but most of them where you never need to dribble the ball more than twice, And but 2 dribbles was all you needed to either gain the advantage, to get to the basket, or to create an assist.
Let's call timeout right here, everybody. 4.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Snowflake leads 43-28 over Payson. Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Well, at the end of our broadcast, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is going to help us present the Sports Zone's Player of the Game. And it's looking good right now for Snowflake to get that, one of their Lobos, because they have a 43-28 advantage right now with 4:18 remaining in regulation. And you know what? Another timeout from Snowflake's bench. And we're going to grab one. We'll probably get more opportunities, but that's okay. We got to take the one that's a sure one. We'll take a timeout right now with Snowflake in front by 15. Northland Basketball right here at the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
The action resumes here at Snowflake. Pass underneath to Cody Flake. Can't make it. Knocks his own guy into the next county on the rebound, and then he got fouled. Cody to the foul line for the Snowflake Lobos. Did you see him just knock
Asher Brewer out of the way? Asher's like, what just hit me? He didn't play football. He's not familiar with Cody.
Yeah, that's a foul on Landon Hansen. Hansen's second foul of the game. And Cody Flake.
You know, I wish Cody would have played all 4 years. He would have been a phenomenal basketball player. If, you know, he's coming into the season after not playing for his sophomore and junior year. And just if he had kind of put some of that time into basketball, I just can't imagine the kind of big guy he would be at this point.
4 minutes remaining in regulation. Snowflake 43, Payson 28 in the boys varsity game. Asher Brewer goes headlong into the paint. Snowflake able to hang on to the possession. Oh. And Cody Flake will get called for the offensive foul. Yeah, let's see that one on the replay. That's going to be
some punishment right there.
Watch the replay. Watch Cody. He didn't do much. He's just a load. Cody's a load.
Yeah, you know, Cody's got a cousin that was one of the best big men I had playing for us. You and I were talking about him earlier. Big old Reggie Peterson.
Oh, the cousins.
They are. But anyways, great big man that we had, you know, that had that size and had some great footwork.
Yeah, I thought Reggie was one of Snowflake's, you know, great big guys, big men, post players, you know, that you've had in the years that we've covered. One of the better ones for sure. I thought there was times when your team overachieved by virtue of when it didn't seem like you had a lot to compliment Reggie all the time when he played, and yet those teams, boy, they did so well.
Yeah, you know, I don't.
That's just a recollection. I'm probably wrong. You remember those teams way better than I do, Coach.
You know, we always have Snowflake athletes. We always have runners, strong physical athletes that I think complement always a kid that has some basketball skill.
Okay.
You know?
Yep.
And
well, Coach, I'm going to give you a chance to think here, and we'll develop it a little bit more on the next dead ball, but think about, you know, all-time greatest NBA player, because you brought up LeBron James earlier, and to me, it's an ongoing argument. It's LeBron James fan club versus everybody else on the planet. Here's an outlet pass. It's off the hands of Waterman, out of bounds. Back to the Snowflake Lobos with 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in regulation. And a very low-scoring game. Very low-scoring. 43-30. Snowflake the lead. They get it into the kitchen to Brock Irvin. He sends it back outside. Claire will step in, lean in, and that one's just going to be off. Roll off, no good. Waterman pulls down the rebound for a moment, but it's taken away by Asher Brewer, and he, with a lot of contact, is able to make that shot. Asher's got 12 points in the game. Also, very soon we're going to start talking and needing to talk about the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Fourth foul of the game on Bryson Waterman-Eccles. And the Lobos about to send this one in. Coach, we never got that real flurry of action, long sustained run, or just that exciting pace of action tonight here in this game.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's been kind of a rough defensive battle between the two teams, and And, Snowflake, I think in the second quarter, and actually to start the third quarter, kind of put some points up on the board and created a little bit of separation there between Payson. Payson struggled all night long getting the ball to the rim. Now, you asked me about my all-time favorite best player in the NBA. I got to tell you, I'm been partial to Michael Jordan for sure. That was the player, but something about Michael Jordan that I love that a lot of people don't talk about is the elevated play that he got from his team, from his teammates. And, I don't know if you remember a player for U of A named Judd Bushler.
I do, yeah.
I mean, he was kind of an NBA outcast, and he made a name for himself playing for the Bulls.
Judd did not – I didn't feel like he had a real position.
No.
What was he? Was he guard? No, not really. Was he a forward?
Whatever he was supposed to be.
He was a hybrid guy before there were hybrid guys. And you're right. And the thing about Michael Jordan, what he did was Michael never set about trying to create a super team. He never went to a place where he thought he could win a championship. He never asked, draft this guy or trade for that guy or do any of those things. He just said, what's our roster look like? And he went out there and he won championships.
And everybody says Scottie Pippen was easily the second best player in the NBA.
No.
And I disagree with that. And you know why? Because when Michael wasn't there, what was Scottie?
You're 100% right. I agree with that. I think Scottie was great. I don't think Scottie was – no, he wasn't the second best. I mean, Michael made Scottie so great because of the attention that Michael commanded when he was out on the floor. Hey, look at that from Cody Flake.
That's a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there.
That was very nice using the glass,
Cody
the whole
Flake.
thing. I'm not sure Cody knew he was going to hit the glass, but, the shot's good nonetheless. So Michael Jordan, so you got the Michael Jordan camp. You got the Kobe Bryant camp. I think these are the ones that get the most attention. There's the Bill Russell camp. Those people are dying. They're in their 80s, 90s. Okay, we don't talk about Bill Russell a whole lot. The championships, all that kind of stuff. But let's be honest. I thought Will Chamberlain underachieved. I thought he was phenomenal, and yet where are the championships? There aren't enough of those, and Chamberlain 100 points in a game, that kind of stuff. But you got your LeBron James camp, my man. And those are the young guys.
Yeah.
The young guys love LeBron James.
I think it has to be said, I don't think there was a big man that physically dominated the game like Shaquille O'Neal did.
In his prime.
In his prime, for sure.
Yeah.
And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his ability to score was phenomenal. And you and I kind of talked, off air about it, but what makes the best player? Well, there's best players at this or best players at that, and the game's such a diverse game that you can be the best in the world at one thing, but not even close to the best.
All right.
The best player.
All right, best rebounder of all time.
Sure.
Who's that?
We got to go with the worm, right?
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. He's the best rebounder of all time.
Was he good at anything else?
No. No, not good at anything else. Good at showing up to the game 10 minutes before the game and then going out there and getting 24 rebounds. That's what he was good at.
The guy's story is just phenomenal. It's like, do you really have to be a trained elite athlete, or do you just have to be blessed with some amazing athleticism?
Well, sometimes you have to ask yourself, are coaches overthinking the preparation part? Sometimes. Now, I don't want to, it's all these coaches that believe in the hours and hours and hours of practice and the early mornings and all that stuff that they put kids through. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying, Dennis Rodman says you're wrong. Here's a shot from downtown. No good there.
Oh, Stephon Marbury, too. Remember, his eating habits right before a game was like 3 Twix, 2 Snickers, that kind of stuff. But I do believe that preparation is essential, because I don't think Steve Nash would have had the NBA career that he had without the preparation that he put in. Steph Curry, a very undersized person in the NBA, would not have the career he had without the preparation that he's put in.
No doubt about it. Who amongst us, when he's coming out of Davidson, Who amongst us said Steph Curry is going to be possibly the best player in his era?
Best shooter in the league ever.
Nobody, none of us thought that. We just thought he was fun to watch in the NCAA tournament, wasn't he?
Sure.
Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, but stuff like that doesn't come without preparation.
Yeah, no doubt. So put the time in that you need to put in.
Yeah.
Hey, look who's in the game to close out here. Angelo Martinez getting some minutes out here, or some time at the end of the game. Also, Andrew Bentley out there. Cody Flake.
Cody's going to end up being our leading scorer for this game, isn't he?
Jet Udall got on in the scoring act a moment ago for Snowflake as well. 10 seconds remain. Snowflake going to get this win. That one knocked out of bounds, and it'll be an inbound with 8 seconds for Payson. So our Sports Zone player of the game, we gotta get to that right here. Cody Flake enters the discussion just because he scored 9 points, and that's the second highest game total today for Snowflake. The guy that led it was Asher Brewer with 12. Cody scored 9. Landon Clare had 6. Gian Jones with 8 points. This one is high off the glass. This might be a little tough to decide on our Sports Zone player of the game here tonight. Might be a little tough one. We might have to go a little bit different here. We are. I'm gonna go out of the box, off the reservation here, out of the box. You ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going with Angelo Martinez, number 3.
Right.
Came in right there at the end of the game. Played the final minute and 20. Okay, let's see here. All right. Hey, we got a little message here from one of the Payson fans. Wanted to remind us that those kids have family back in Payson. Those Longhorns, they said we appreciate your coverage. Hope you remember that these boys have heart and love the game, and absolutely. I mean, it showed out there. They never quit. They never quit in a game that didn't go their way. So, want to just tip our cap to the Payson Longhorns. Meanwhile, let's talk to our Sports Zone player of the game, everybody. Snowflake ends up beating Payson 52-32. Our player of the game is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That's a smile of joy right there on the face of our player of the game. Joining us now is Angelo Martinez. Angelo, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
It's great to have you with us, man.
It's great to be here.
Listen, you have quite a reputation as Coach Andy Wood would say, as the spirit of the team, man.
Yeah.
So in a game that saw a lot of different guys contributing in different ways, no real standout where a guy scores 30 points or something like that.
Yeah.
We looked in there and we said, who really deserves this moment? Angelo Martinez.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Hey, how about this win for your team? You guys out there, the team put up a great fight and a great game to get the win, huh?
It's good for us. We came together and won. No one really stood out. We did it as a team, and it's good to get the wins since last week we came off a couple losses, so it's good to be up now and start winning again.
Yeah. You had some. Let's talk about a couple of guys out there. Asher Brewer always brings it. He had a great game, didn't he? And I thought Gian Jones played one of his better games. So
he always plays good.
What were your thoughts about the performance tonight of the team?
Asher, he brings the fire as much as he could. He's kind of like the leader, one of the leaders of our team. He keeps our heads up in the huddles and everything, tells us what we need to do. And Gian, he brings a fire off the bench. Sometimes when he's not starting and we need that fire, we bring Gian out, and he always gives it to us. He helps us so much.
So let's talk about you, young man. You get in there with a minute 20 remaining in the game. You get to help mop things up for the team and finish it out. You don't get a ton of playing time, okay?
I'm okay with that.
But what's your job? What's your role with this team? How do you see your contributions?
My contributions, I try to lift everyone up and make them happy throughout the whole game, have fun. Basketball is about having fun.
Yeah.
And I try to make them have fun throughout the whole game. I always have the chance for us. I'm always yelling. I'm always doing defensive chants for us. And at the end, I try to get them hyped by shooting some deep threes.
Yeah.
Hopefully I hit some.
Yeah.
So just trying to get the team up, get excited.
Hopefully I'll hit some.
Yeah.
I love that. You're one of those guys that you make guys better in practice, I'll bet.
Yeah.
You're working hard in practice?
Yes, I try my best.
Look at this. We got a fan club going on
yeah,
here.
Those are my boys.
We got a fan club right here. How about my guy, huh? How do you like my guy right here? Angelo, great job, man. You just have the best attitude.
I try.
And more of us And more athletes could learn a lot from your example. You are the man, okay?
Yep.
You deserve this moment.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Yes, Angelo Martinez, the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, and that's just a great high school moment right there in the big celebration. Angelo and his dudes, as he gets the acknowledgement. He'll get one of those great T-shirts as well. Hey, that's a great moment. That's what it's all about. We love that, man. We love that. I don't know if we're going to get a chance or not to talk to head coach Joe Clare. He might be being interviewed down the line over there somewhere, and there he is. He'll give us a moment here and give us his thoughts and his words here on a victory tonight by his Snowflake Lobos. Final score, Snowflake 52, Payson 32 on this broadcast of Northland Basketball. And Snowflake's head basketball coach Joe Clare joins us now. Coach Clare, congratulations.
Thanks, Floyd.
On the win. I'm going to begin with just right there where we left off with our player of the game. Angelo Martinez picked up our player of the game tonight in your victory, and it was great. It was a great moment. He's just got such a great attitude.
Yeah.
And you could tell he had no idea this was his moment, and he was overjoyed, and his boys, his crew, and all that kind of stuff. Coach, that was a special moment just now with Angelo.
Yeah, he's the definition of an unselfish player. He cheers for every single person, and then he just relishes the time he does get on the court.
Well, Coach Clare, your team gets this win tonight here, and it was a slow game. The first quarter was, one we could have done without.
Yeah.
But you turned it on, and to get a 20-point win down the road, with Payson fighting like they did, they never gave up. They played a hard game. They got good size, but you pulled away. So what was it? What was the difference down the stretch?
Well, Coach Wood could tell you right next to you, we were settling for threes, and that's not our game. And once we started getting it inside and getting easy buckets and then playing defense and getting runouts, we were able to get a good lead because we were playing good defense the whole time.
Well, let's see. You got your typical, another day at the office game from Asher Brewer. He led you with 12 points. He's the only guy on your team that got into double figures, but how about Cody Flake? Gave you some quality second half minutes and scored 9 points.
Yeah, and he gives us a much needed physicality sometimes. He goes in there and gets rebounds and doesn't always put them back in, and he's a little rough around the basket. He doesn't have that touch, but man, I love his energy and effort coming off the bench.
And I thought this was one of the better games I've seen from Gian Jones. He just continues to get more and more comfortable out there on the floor for you.
Yeah, when Gian's comfortable in his own body, because he has some ailing injuries that nag up every once in a while, he's pretty dominant, and obviously he was good tonight.
Well, Coach, a win tonight is, I'm sure it's something that you feel like your team needs. You're right there. You're right there for the upcoming Copper tournament. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on ascending the ranks and
bring them on?
Yeah,
bring them on.
You want to play, right?
I would love to play.
You want to play no matter where it is.
I want to see the best teams. We got a glimpse of it, and yeah, we got beat by 25, 27. But I'd love a second chance and love to see what my boys are made of. And it's nice that you get to go back to your tournament, but I'd love a nice chance there.
Well, who are the best teams then?
Valley Christian right now. I think Gilbert Christian is right up there as well. In the Open, there's a lot. There's that Rancho Solano Prep. I know Santan Charter is always good. Pima's pretty good down south. I think there's a lot of good teams that could make a deep run.
How about that ALA Anthem South team you're going to play coming up? What do you know about them?
I know they have one win on the season. So they've struggled, but we take teams lightly, then it could be a long night. So we got to get through tomorrow night. We got a game here tomorrow night, and then we travel there and not overlook, because I know we got a big game right after ALA Anthem.
There's not a lot of basketball left in the season.
Yep,
a handful of games for you, but you've got to feel like the Lobos have a chance to make a run when the playoffs get around here. I mean, you've got pieces, you got the players out there.
Absolutely, we got to start coming together and play a full game, both offensively and defensively, to help these boys feel a little better. But other than that, I think we're heading in the right direction.
Good one for you. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Floyd.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
There's head coach Joe Clare of the Snowflake Lobos. They get their 12th win of the season with this victory here tonight over the Payson Longhorns. Final score 52-32. Want to thank my broadcast partner Andy Wood for joining me on this one here tonight. Thanks to our entire production team led by our producer Derek Simmons, our technical director on this one tonight, Big Joe Matthews, and on camera for us tonight, even bigger, Sean Ulvestad. For the entire crew, Floyd Simmons thanking you for being with us. Saying God bless you, everybody. Join us for our next broadcast of Northland Basketball tomorrow night at Sholo High School. They will host the Holbrook Roadrunners, and we'll have it for you right here at the Sports Zone. Until then, have a great night, and we'll see you on our next broadcast of Northland Basketball. Good night from Snowflake.